Hello, Kaiko here, and welcome to the chaos. Let's go. What is the plan for today? Well, I was planning to do Escoffier's story quest because why is Margaret looking at me? Margaret, why are you looking at Yao Yao? She was staring very intently at us. But yes, so if we look at this list of things that are going on, obviously this is the new boss that we tried to fight. It's really, really hard. I tried to fight it on mobile, instantly perished. I think I managed it just about, but I had to use a kind of cursed team. Well, not cursed, but just not a team that I would normally use. I think I tried to fight it with like this. This didn't work. This failed. You need Ayaka to apply like constant cryo damage. You need Yao Yao to keep you alive. I think I had Farina. And I don't know who else I had. But you basically just need to use somebody with cryo permanently. Because that thing keeps spinning. And if you don't use cryo, it doesn't stop spinning. And even when you use cryo, you just slow it down. And if you stop using cryo, it starts spinning again. Terrible. So we're gonna need to fight that a lot of times if I want to level up Escoffier, but that's fine, I'm sure. I did manage to get her all the way up to level, where is she? She should be right on the boundary here. I managed to get up to level 70, but then we got stuck on several accounts, mostly boss materials, also barrel conches apparently, which I just do not have enough of. So that's the thing. I do have enough of these though, so that's okay. But yeah, and obviously I got Aoife up to where he should be with everybody else, so that's fine. He's leveled up as he should be. Well, as leveled up as he should be. I still love, oh you can't see it, but there it is. I love this silly round bird. So fun. But yeah, so that's the new boss that we tried to fight. Failed miserably. This, of course, we obviously already finished. This is the quest that we are ignoring because we haven't got there. It doesn't have a time limit. This we did. And we got our characters mostly by accident, which brings us to this one. This is the plan for today. I think in the last stream I said we were going to do this quest today to make sure we completed it before we started doing this. Because this is, I think it's not quite, well, not all the bits are out yet. So we're going to do this one next Sunday. And so I wanted to make sure we finish this first so that when these 15 days coincided, I wanted to make sure that we weren't rushing to do this one after finishing this one if this one got overran a bit. So yeah, ooh, what does it want me to do? Oh, what's this? Dolciara, and what's this one? Whose quest is this? Okay, Dolciaria and Animala. Okay, well, let's see. Whose quests are those quests? Let's see. Dolciaria and Farina. Well, okay, we're not doing that one. And this, okay, this is the one. It wants us to do quick start, which we will be doing. Because it wants us to. And obviously the Linny one is just sitting here waiting for us to do something about it and we're just ignoring it. Because we got Archon quests to do. So yeah, my plan for today is to... Ooh. Galacluse. No. The plan for today is to do that story quest, and then if we finish that we can go back to the Fortress of Meripede and keep going around there, because there's a couple more of those random quests that are going to show up, and also there's the main Archon quest that we were still doing. We've got a lot of stuff to do in there. So yeah, we're going to start by going to Fontaine to make cakes. Well, I have no idea what this quest is going to be. I just sort of assume there's going to be cake. And then when we're done, we're going to go back to the fortress. Because we have committed a crime. It was a cake-related crime though, so... Oh yeah, it kind of all tracks together really. It all really does. Anyway, it's said to go to the hotel entrance to begin this quest, so that is what we're gonna do. I also did try out her ability, her cake making ability, It was quite cool. I did get a bunch of cakes out of it. Some of them were known cakes. Some of them were new cakes, I think. I'll show you. They're in my backpack. But yeah, there were some fancy looking cakes, and I did enjoy that. I wonder if you always get the same cakes every time, or if it changes. I sort of assume you get the same cakes every time. But I don't know. Oh, is that Navia over there? It's been a while. Let's go say hi. We will, in a minute, after I show you the cakes. Here they are. Okay, so we got... Okay, I'm looking for anything that looks cake-shaped. You know, let's start from the top. So, we're looking for things that look like they're from Fontaine, and this. We got this. An autumn frost. That was a fancy-looking cake. We got 2 of those, apparently. Okay, anything else that looks like cake? No, did we get one of these? No, I don't think so. I don't think we got any of those. Let's keep going. I'm looking for things that looked like they were made. Why is this here? Looks like they were made in Fontaine and looks like a cake. And I'm looking and I'm like, no. I think we got... They weren't healing dishes. They must be lower down. Oh, we got this. This was not cake. We did get some wave kiss sands. That's really fancy. Anything else? Ooh, what is this? Oh, interesting. I don't think this is a logo before. Okay. Anything else? We got... Oh, we got this. Something fancy. Anything else? I'm looking for anything that looks like it's on a fancy plate, really. And we got some, like, standard cake-looking dishes. But I don't know where they are. They just exist somewhere. This, we got one of these, I believe. That is about it. But yeah, this was some very fancy looking cakes. And not cakes. Soup? It looked a bit like soup. You gotta go to the GBO Slam House and performing for your freedom, you have to bake for it. Yes. Yes. Okay, I'm supposed to be looking for... Oh, there's Navia. Hello, Navia. Hello. What are you doing in Escoffier's not Archon quest, story quest? This is not your quest. Hey, Navia, what you up to? Ash. Why the secrecy? Get lost, Monica. I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly. Right now, you're a disgrace to my kitchen and to the Hotel Debord name. It was an accident. I'm sorry, did you hear me asking for excuses? No, I'll do better, I promise. Why is she so aggressive? She won't even listen to what the poor girl has to say. Hey, cut her some slack, you gotta at least hear her out. Ah, wait. Huh? Who do you think you are telling me? Wait a sec, Navia? So you're bringing back up now? Suit yourself, you're still wasting your time. Oh, what have we walked into? Savannah, is this how you always treat your staff? My staff is right, I'm the one in charge here now, and last time I checked, the Hotel Debord doesn't take orders from the Spina di... Oh, we know. Spina di Rosala. Maybe. Of course, how you run your kitchen is none of our business, but when a member of your staff is so overworked he becomes gravely ill, that most definitely is our business. We're going to stand up for him whether you like it or not. Overworked, huh? I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If Furman can't handle the job, then tough luck. There are plenty of other capable people I can hire instead. But Furman can do the job, he just... Monica, back inside now. I thought she was fired. Huh? But you said I shouldn't come back until... Just do as you're told, and not another word out of you. Come on, we have work to do. Wow, what a horrible person. Sorry, looks like I've dragged you into some drama again. So, who was that? Her name is Savannah. She's the new head chef at Hotel Debord. Ever since she took the job, she's been enforcing a brutal work regime and putting a huge amount of pressure on her staff. One guy was so overworked he collapsed from illness. He's been bedridden for days and he can barely even talk properly. I'm sorry, it's my fault. I don't deserve to be a chef. At his family's request, the Spina di Rosola is trying to mediate on his behalf. We're not exactly making a ton of progress, as you saw. Savannah is adamant that Fermin's exhaustion and illness have nothing to do with her or how she's been running the kitchen. She's refusing to have any kind of meaningful dialogue with us. Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant and get a better idea of their working conditions, but with Savannah watching them like a hawk, no one has been willing to open up. And that's why I'm here, doing it the old-fashioned way, camping out, watching and waiting for an opportunity. You're waiting for Savannah to leave, and then you were going to approach Monica? Oh shoot, it all makes sense now. Sorry, Paimon should have thunk. Paimon should have thunk before she spoke. Did Paimon ruin everything? No, not at all, Paimon. Honestly, the way she was laying into Monica, someone had to step in. I'm sure I would have piped up if you hadn't. And besides, I don't really think I'm built for espionage. Either way, Savannah's seen you now, so you probably won't get another chance. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be all the more difficult to get the inside scoop now. I might as well come back to the Flusandra then. We'll need to come up with a whole new game plan. Paimon will join you, because this is kinda all Paimon's fault. Then I'll join you too. Guys, it's fine, you don't need to worry about it. That said, if you were planning to visit the Flusandra anyway, let me take you out for a meal. I'll make sure it's a proper feast. A really famous chef just saw in the Spina di Rosola's tavern. Her name is... sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologise for the scene you witnessed just now. We shouldn't subject our customers to that. This is a small token from us. It's some candy from Monica. She asked me to make sure it was delivered into your hands. Monica's the one apologising? Clearly Savannah is the one who owes an apology. Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately. Sorry for everything. Paimon, don't make things more difficult for her. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Alright, since there's candy, Paimon will drop it. Not the candy. Thank you for understanding. We'll make sure to pass your feedback on to Miss Savannah. A little highly strung, huh? Just like with Savannah in the kitchen, even the waiting staff are on edge. Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like her even become head chef? Well, according to Fermin's family, she hasn't always been like this, but that's a story for another time. Let's try this candy. Yes, never underestimate Navia's affinity for sweets. Paimon totally gets it. Come on, dig in. Huh? Hold on, there's something written on the wrapper. Find Escoffier? Ooh. Okay. Okay. Escoffier, could this mean? Huh? You know that name, Navia? Yeah, let's look to the plan and go back to the Flusandra for now. That's where we'll find Escoffier anyway. Well, I'm pretty sure she was labelled like the ex-head chef. So I wonder what happened there. Interesting. 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 So, who is this Escoffier anyway? Oh, there she is. For starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel Debord before Savannah. She recreated the legendary Gâteau Debord and restored the restaurant back to its former glory. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel Debord's history after the culinary genius Modeste himself. Gâteau Debord? That's a super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day, right? Wow, why the heck would she let Savannah take her place? Well, apparently the Hotel Debord was reported for a safety incident. Someone claimed the kitchen was adding an illegal substance to their menu. But none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food. In the end, Escoffier decided that as head chef, she should take responsibility, and she was sent to the Fortress of Meripede. Oh. Interesting. She's been in jail this whole time? That is one way to make it make sense that she hasn't appeared in the story so far. Could make sense. But you know who else? Like, that did definitely happen. Like, do you remember when we were doing the Archon quest, the first bit, Arfonta got spiked in the Hotel Debord. So clearly this is a recurring theme. The Fortress of Meripede? Oh, don't be so dramatic. It was probably just a formality. We got sent there just for eating someone else's cake. Well, you're right. The quantity of the substance they found was fairly minimal. Even the guards believe the whole thing was probably just an accident. Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the time she returned, the role of head chef had already passed to Savannah. So that's what happened. Paimon still thinks it's really unfair. Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still well respected by the staff. I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and negotiate with Savannah on the staff's behalf. Oh, Paimon gets it. Monica wants Escoffier to come back and kick Savannah out. It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out, then the solution is just get the old one back. Well, about that. You thought cream and mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove? You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom. What do you say? Hilaire. I'm sorry, cream. I'm sorry, mushroom. As you can see, Escoffier is that kind of chef as well. How has the Hotel Debord made it this far? I'm at a loss for words. You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow these flavours the chance to come out. Don't be fooled by the aroma when the water first starts to boil, got it? Yes, chef. Then go back and do it again. The customers are still waiting. Remember where you went wrong and don't repeat the same mistake twice. Yes, chef. Is she yelling at a kid? I wonder if that's what it says in the item description. If we can cook cream of mushroom soup and you can make it like well and you can make it badly, I wonder if suspicious cream of mushroom soup has that as a description. Excuse us, we're waiting to be served. Sorry, we're pretty busy. I'm afraid you have to join the line. No, we're not here to eat. So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer. Ooh. It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait. Looks like the rush hour's finally over. Is it always this busy here? These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef. She didn't want to go back to Hotel Debord? Well, in her words, the Hotel Debord doesn't need her anymore. It doesn't look like she's got any plans to go back. I guess I'll be heading off then. Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's no sense in letting them go to waste. Oh, thank you, chef. For what? Like I said, I just don't want them to go to waste. Oh, and tell Furman to get well soon, so you're not running yourself ragged every single shift. Furman, that's the second time we've heard that name. Who is that again? He's the chef that fell ill from stress. Hilaire is his son, and with Mum stuck at home taking care of Dad, he decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home. Hey, I heard that, Navia. I told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen and I can't serve his failed dishes, so you might as well take them home. Yeah, failed dishes. That just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time. So you two must be the world-famous Kaiko and her companion, Paimon. Yes? Is there anything I can help you with? Oh, so you know us already? We'll skip the introduction then. We're here to talk about Savannah. Since Hilaire is working for you, you must be aware of the situation with Savannah. I certainly am. The Sphena's headquarters are right next to the tavern, and I've lost count of the number of times Navi has come to pester me about it. But I don't work for the Hotel Debord anymore, and being ex-head chef doesn't give me the right to interfere with their business. Besides, I'm the one who persuaded Savannah to take the job in the first place. What? Well, she was a much gentler person back then. A little timid even. She wasn't at all confident that she was the right fit for the role. That's hard to believe. Are we definitely talking about the same Savannah here? Honestly, I do wonder if she just emulated me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. At least she's self-aware. Anyway, suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell if she's doing her job wrong without coming across like a huge hypocrite. Furman and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all from me. I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoffier. Look at this note we got from Monica. You gave Monica's candy wrapper to Escoffier. She mentioned me? Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still trusts you. As for the others, well, how can you know about what they think unless you ask them? Monica. Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm in there and raise hell. We're only in the initial phase of our investigation. All we're trying to do is get the other chefs to open up to us. Oh, Monica. Oh, Monica. Escoffier? I can't believe her. Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the wrapper. It's thicker than the sole of my shoe. Unbelievable. I won't stand for this. She has to learn. Come on, we're going. Wait, so now she's... she's going to go yell at her. No, it's supposed to be helping Monica. Well, whatever the reason she came up with, at least she's convinced herself to go have a conversation. Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting. Escoffier, no! That was not the plan. Oh dear. I hope poor Monica isn't any more traumatized. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Back we go. We got this. We got this. We should try and make a suspicious cream of mushroom soup, because I want to know. Wait, she looks like... Is that Escoffier? Escoffier's back! Yes, I missed her cooking. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Okay. Looks like they ran upstairs, so let's join them. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I messed up your order. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe taste is a little off, but if you hadn't brought it up, I don't think I would have noticed. But please, you have to forgive me, or Chef is gonna... Okay, I know, I'll kneel before you. What the heck? Get up, Monica, can't you see you're just making your customer feel more awkward? Escoffier? If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do, make the dish again, and this time get it right. You cannot go begging your customers to feel sorry for you. Savannah said I'm not allowed to go back in the kitchen until I've corrected my mistake, but if I can't go back into the kitchen, I can't do the dish over. That is a bit of a pickle. That's some backwards logic. How can you fix your mistake without being allowed to cook? If this is what Furman had to put up with, then no wonder he had a breakdown. We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir. It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway. I was actually quite enjoying my meal until she appeared out of nowhere and started apologizing. Gave me a bit of a fright, to be honest. Oh, well, it's because Chef Savannah tasted a bit of the leftover soup from my pot and then threw me out of the kitchen. Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things being like this when Escoffier was head chef here. I gotta say, you're looking a little worse for wear these days. I mean, Escoffier was strict too, but I think the difference is that her criticism was more constructive, so you know what you did wrong and how to improve, and... We all knew that it came from a good place. Chef Escoffier was hard to us because she truly wanted us to reach her level. But these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to wake up, get your head in the game, or just do it again. And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had started working again in the Flou Cendre. Monica, you don't need to call me chef. I'm not the boss here anymore. Yeah, but through no fault of your own, what happened back then, that wasn't on you, and all of us know that. The banquet was a huge event, and so many staff were involved every step of the way. With so many moving parts, there's no way of knowing how the limonene ended up in the food we served. Limonene? What's that? A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute produced from an extract of the lumitol. Apparently it sharpens the senses, so they use it to treat people with impaired responses to stimuli. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste buds. Makes things pretty addictive. They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects and even lead to nerve damage, so it quickly ended up on the guard's list of controlled substances. Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive had already made it to the market by the time the guards banned it from the restaurant industry. Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of contaminated ingredients by mistake. But you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see this turn into a place where tensions are constantly running high, because everyone's suspicious of each other all the time. And now look at you, a fry chef in the Flou Cendre. What are you trying to say? Sure, the Venus Tavern is no Hotel Debord, but come on, it's not that bad. Is it? Oh, the Flou Cendre, you say? Great, that's where I'm dining from now on. Monica, I'm very happy with my current job, and there's no changing the past. We just have to let bygones be bygones. Besides, at the end of the day, I was the head chef, regardless of whose mistake it was. Ultimately, the responsibility lay with me. If only Savannah was half the boss you were. I'm sorry, do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef? Ooh! And no, chef! So you do remember who's boss? Escoffier, I thought you'd left this place for good. What are you doing back here? What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I turned this place over to you, You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do my job. You're not the boss here anymore, so stop acting like you own the place. She didn't do anything? She just came to say hello? She actually came to tell Monica to put less powdered sugar on stuff, and she didn't do anything. Whoa, sounds like someone has a chip on her shoulder. Maybe we should give them some space. Savannah? My god, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand rocotte, thinking no one can tell the difference? That's none of your business! What happened to not storming in and raising hell? Oh ho, I was not expecting to see something this spicy as soon as Escoffier returned. Huh? Vanagen? Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion, given we have ourselves a tete-a-tete between chefs at the Hotel Debord? I dare say it would be de rigueur to settle this the traditional way. Ooh, he's the boss. The traditional way? That can only mean one thing. Sounds like we're in for a history lesson. I presume this is a cooking contest. That's right, I'm talking, of course, about the tradition established by Modeste himself, the cooking contest. According to legend, the founders of the Hotel Debord, Modeste and Severly, used this method to resolve all of their disputes, everything from petty arguments over the next week's menu to disagreements over the strategic direction of the restaurant. The cooking contest would decide who had the final say. They had a lot of free time on their hands. Well, it might sound that way to us, but in fact the cooking contest played an enormous role in motivating chefs to hone their skills, reaching new heights of excellence in the culinary arts. And indeed, the reintroduction of the institution in recent years has surely been instrumental in transforming the Hotel Debord into the top-ranking restaurant in Fontaine. Reintroduction? Someone brought it back? Who? Ooh. What say you, Escoffier? Surely you of all people won't back down from this challenge. It was you who put the rule in place, after all. Thought so. There's your answer, Paimon. Sure, I reinstated it, but I'm not a chef at Hotel Debord anymore. Isn't this bending the rules a little? I see no issue as long as both sides agree to the terms. We could simply treat it as an exhibition of sorts. Savannah, any objections? You can say what you want, but he is the actual boss, so she can't really object. Exhibition? No. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line. If I lose, it's up to you what happens to me. I don't want anything to happen to you. But if you lose, you hand over the Codex Debord to me. Oh? What? The Codex Debord? The Codex Debord? What is that? Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef, Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes, including Gâteau de Bord. It is the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world, and only the present and former head chefs of the Hotel Debord have the right to read it. Present and former? Wait, but that already includes Savannah, though. What do you want that old thing for? You have your own copy, don't you? To take me for a fool, you know perfectly well what I mean. I want your copy, the original version, the one you took with you when you left us. I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know there's no difference between the original and the copy, right? They contain the exact same recipes. I'm trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're going to lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting my hands on the original codex? Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift to thank Escoffier for her years of service. Asking for it back feels a little... I'm sure it won't be an issue as long as both sides agree to the terms. Those were your words, weren't they? And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de Bord per the recipe and the codex. Well, Escoffier, you against me. Are you in or out? Why is she so aggressive? You sound surprisingly confident. Alright then, let's see how much you've actually grown. I hope you surprised me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that all you've learned after this long is how to chew people's heads off. Believe me, I'll show you. Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily. Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fusandra so I can get prepping. I do apologize. This whole deal reflects rather poorly on us. Wait, aren't you the boss? I'm afraid it's not quite that simple. The Hotel Debord runs as more of a partnership, you see. It was founded by two friends, Modeste and Sevely, and it's been that way ever since. So while I'm technically Savannah's boss, it's not really my place to interfere with the business of the kitchen. To be very honest with you, that's part of the reason why I suggested a cooking contest. If Escoffier wins, it'd be the perfect opportunity for her to talk some sense into Savannah. Or of course, if she wanted to return, then... Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Whatever the outcome, this contest will hopefully serve as a turning point for us. Please pass on my best wishes to Escoffier. I must say, Savannah surprised me with her confidence. Does she really believe she can beat Escoffier in the kitchen? I thought she was just blowing off steam when she first raised the idea to me. When she first raised the idea? Oh? Can't you rein Savannah in a little? I've read not quite that simple. Oh, okay. Same thing. Same one thing. Yes. Interesting. I guess she wants to challenge herself? This poor man who just wanted to drink his soup. I can't believe I got to witness that firsthand. I only stopped by here for a quick meal. I definitely got my more's worth today. Oh dear, this guy. He has, ended up in a bit of a pickle. Okay, well, let's go back to the fleuve Sandra. And also, I do want to try and make a suspicious mushroom soup. Because I just want to see if it talks about, like, you didn't cook it for long enough. The same way she was yelling at that kid about it. I just want to know. I just want to know. And there should be a cafe just over here. And this is important because the cafe has a stove. So we can try and find the mushroom soup. Okay. Mushroom soup. Okay, let's make a bad mushroom soup. Let's cook it manually and let's see. A bisque that can be found anywhere, a small sip, and the weird taste already freezes you. You can't help but pray, Archons above, please tell me it's not dirt that I'm tasting. Oh no, I was hoping it would be less obvious. But okay, I guess that wasn't great. I also wanted to know if that was like well, that is a bad one, but do we have like a medium one? Like what is a medium one that's not bad but not look, you know what, let's try a good one but not great, and then I guess we can get a good one and then see what the difference is. I just want to read the descriptions. Okay, where's my soup? Where's my mushroom soup? Okay, this is a bisque that can be found everywhere. Blend cooked ingredients until they are liquefied and heat the soup with cream until it's thickened up. Voila! Simple dish that warms your stomach as well as your heart. A bisque that can be found everywhere. Its creamy texture feels like a silky garment and you seem to be dancing on the stage in this beautiful attire. The curtain has fallen but the memory lingers. Interesting. I do like that even the bowl changes color depending on if it's suspicious or not. Like the bowls get shinier. It's just so funny. Okay, well let's go back into the fleuve Sandra. I can't believe we've done, there's gonna be 2 cooking contests we've done now, because we also helped, was it in Xiangling's story quest? We helped her do a cooking contest against the lady in Springvale, so this is a recurring theme. So this whole bake-off thing kind of came out of nowhere. Was it really sensible to just go along with it? Well, I got a sense she's holding something back, but we chefs always express ourselves in our cooking, so if she won't talk, this might be the best way to find out what's really going on with her. Huh? Holding back? Sure didn't sound that way to Paimon. Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way, always closed off, never letting you know what she really thinks. That's patently false, at least where your macarons are concerned. I've been nothing but truthful with you about the disgraceful amounts of sugar you use. Okay, that's one case where you can keep your thoughts to yourself. So anyway, what's this Codex Debord she's so obsessed with? Oh that? Well, it's not so much a recipe book as a diary of Modeste's adventures. Back in the day, he and his good friend Zaveli explored far and wide, partly adventuring, partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes. Their creations had enormous influence on the course of Fontaine cuisine, turning it into a much more vibrant and diverse scene. For instance, legend has it that the original Hotel Debord was made using a special secret ingredient that Modeste discovered on one of his adventures. So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day, but everyone that tried it claimed that it was one of the most blissful and invigorating things that they had ever tasted. Modeste and Civilly went on to found the original Hotel Debord, which catapulted them to stardom in Fontaine's culinary world. Especially Modeste, he was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius, and over time, the recipes from his adventure log became known as the Codex Debord. Primal's heard this kind of story before. With the Codex, the Hotel Debord took its rightful place as the finest restaurant in the land, serving these recipes for centuries to come. Something like that? What? No, of course not. Cooking is a constantly evolving art form. How could any restaurant survive if they only served food that was popular last century? Anyway, never mind centuries. Civilly and Modeste parted ways not even 10 years after their rise to fame. Then Modeste passed away while he was still in his prime. And that was it, the end of the Hotel Debord's heyday. It fell into decline, and for most of its history, it was just a nondescript place with a couple of cheap tables. It's only in recent decades that it started recovering. Even then, it still took numerous relocations and changes of management before we finally ended up with Fennegan and the restaurant we have today. Oh, so the Codex really isn't all that then? Primal figured it was like one of those mystical books they have in linear martial art novels, where the main character learns all their secret powers from. Yes, well that's fiction and this is reality. You can't meet the tastes of modern diners by following some ancient recipes from a dusty old book. Case in point, even the Hotel Debord they sell now is actually Escoffier's reimagination. Wait, really? Why though? Didn't that recipe make it into the Codex? It did, but like I said, it's a dusty old book now, and the records aren't as legible as they once were. Not to mention that there's no way of finding the secret ingredient Modeste wrote about. So reimagination is right, I consulted some historical records and took what I could from the Codex, but ultimately the Hotel Debord of today is my own recipe. As for why we gave it the same name, and keep the tradition of only selling 16 slices a day, well, you've got Vanagem's business sense to thank for that. Oh, huh, well, that kinda takes all the mystique out of it. Hey now, it might not be the original Hotel Debord, but it's still the most delicious cake in Fontaine today, and who knows, maybe Escoffier's version is more suited to your palate. Just think, if the original truly was the perfect cake you're imagining it to be, there's no way the recipe would have been lost to history, right? Not to mention that the Hotel Debord never would have fallen into a slump. Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a copy of all the recipes from the Codex, including my own improved versions, and turned them over to Savannah. So why is she so interested in the original copy? Could it be a symbolic thing, like whoever holds the original Codex Debord is the true head chef? It was clearly precious enough to give to Escoffier as a passing gift, meanwhile Savannah only got a copy. Maybe from her point of view, it's like management doesn't truly see her as being worthy of the role. You think so? The only thing is, it was her suggestion to give me the original in the first place. Well, a joint decision by her and Fanny Gem, but still? What? Guess she had a major change of heart since she became head chef. Who knows, we could speculate forever, better to just let our Gato do the talking. What does that mean exactly? It means besting her in Bake Off, and then getting her to explain herself, even if I have to beat it out of her with a spatula. You don't mince words. However much she's changed since we worked together, I believe she still has her chef's pride, and if she respects the art, she'll respect the outcome of our contest. Well, I'm confident that you and your spatula can get justice for Furman. All you need to do now is win the contest, but that should be a breeze for you. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Hotel Debord is very complicated to make. Usually it takes 3 chefs working in tandem to cover everything. Now if I had to push it, I could probably do the work of 3 chefs myself, but I prefer to play it safe if I can find a couple of assistants in time. Well, that's easy. The 3 of us are veterans in the kitchen. You just need to pick 2 of us. Well, I have heard that Kaiko is an accomplished cook as well as a warrior, but be warned, I will hold you to exceptionally high standards. Think you're up to the task? Sure, we'll be fine. Bring it on. Count me in too. I spent weeks perfecting my macarons after your scathing review. Even if it means competing against Kaiko, so be it. I'll show you what I'm made of. Confident. I like it. Alright, let's start with some elementary mise en place. Maybe. Show me your knife skills. To discover your knife skills, use normal attacks to cut the fruit. She will collect slices and process them into some sublime substance. I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place, but it's basically the same thing, right? Oh, Navi, the difference in your case is that mise en place is chopping stuff up without sending juices flying all over the kitchen. Okay, I guess we just click it. Looks like you found that easier than I expected. Yeah, thankfully it's pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something. Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. I'll be using this cold press to extract flavor compounds from the ingredients. What's a cold press? Kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute to make it for me. Uses cold temperature extraction to isolate the essence of cooking ingredients, which can then be used to flavor dishes more precisely. But this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me give you a demonstration instead. Ah. Okay. Design equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute. That sounds pretty high-tech. Food prep. Paimon's never used anything this weird before. Cool, not weird. Okay. Is that it? And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients. I processed all the fruit you chopped up earlier. Wow, even the smell is so much more concentrated. What next? Do we add all this stuff in? Absolutely not. Throwing everything in at once will ruin the balance of flavors. We have to go slowly and carefully to calibrate the exact flavor we want. I'll demonstrate again. Now watch closely. Okay, we're going to learn Escoffier's feat and master her precision cooking. The flavorings you get from a multifunctional food processor can adjust the flavor profile of the dish. Strike a balance between fruity flavors and floral flavors to adjust said flavor profile and make a delicious dish. Doing carefully, not drop too much and not drop too little. Okay. Oh. Okay. Phew. And voila. Phew. Now it's your turn. With Escoffier's guidance, everyone completes the flavoring process. Not terrible. Considering this was everyone's first time blending flavor extracts, it could have been worse. But Kaiko's work was surprisingly good. Are you sure you've never done this before? You got almost perfect results on your first try. Well, thanks to my excellent teacher, I guess I just treated it like an adventurous puzzle. I used it like a puzzle. Huh? Well, they do say adventurers are multi-talented folks. Now I've seen it firsthand. Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the Hotel Debord's current menu. I'll judge your submissions and give you a final score. Final score? That's right, the true test of your cooking skills is the finished product. It'll be good practice for the contest itself. Now get to it, chop chop. I have no idea what's on their menu. Oh, we can give her the good soup that we made! How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Choose wisely. I expect you to present the most delicious thing on the menu. We should give her... Actually, you know what? These all look pretty tasty. Tasty. Let's give her some soup. We have a lot of soup. No, let's give her some soup. It looks pretty delicious. Escoffier's face lights up as you present your finished dish. Ah, look at that, with the grace of a snow-winged goose, as I like to say. Now let the grading commence. Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but Paimon's a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to the food. 6 points. What? Well, fair enough. Paimon doesn't cook all that often, so as long as it's a pass. That's 6 out of 100. Oh! What? You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from the dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Free not repeat every day would make you an opera singer? Aww. Oh, Paimon! Me next. I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons less sugar than my previous ones. You went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out, because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar. 6 points. Oh. Yikes, she's a harsh judge. Now to the final dish. So, what do you think? This is our last hope. 8 points. Oh no, darn, fairly higher than what we got. Not exactly. The colour is spot on, beautiful aroma, excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10, maybe even 9 points. Huh? How did you pull that off? It's all that practice from cooking for you, Paimon. Don't get me wrong, there's room for improvement, but still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skills in the kitchen. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. Keiko's journey with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks, not to mention the frustrations of having a picky eater for a partner. Hey, you made that last part up. No way did you taste that. Well, it looks like I lost fair and square. I guess you'll be taking Kaiko as one of your assistants then? But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe Paimon and Navia should keep practicing and see how it goes? Oh, I bet we take Furman. Oh, the little kid. Chef Escoffier? Oh, it's Hilaire. What brings you here? I heard the news about the cooking contest. You're doing Hotel Debord, right? I was just wondering if you needed any help. How embarrassing that Navia and Paimon are gonna get overlooked for this kid. Huh? You think you're up to the task, do you? Oh no, I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help. Oh, I really thought the kid was gonna one-up Paimon and Navia, but the dad, who is actually a chef? I can see it. Furman, last I heard you could barely get out of bed. Chef Escoffier, Navia, Kaiko, thank you all so much for everything you're doing for me and my family. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to help you win this cooking contest. Are you sure you're up to the task, Furman? Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Don't you worry, I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now. I'm sorry, I know I've been rather useless these past few days, but not anymore. The fact is, I'm a fine chef. Despite recent events, I've proven myself in the Hotel Debord kitchen, so if anyone's qualified to work under Chef Escoffier, it's me, I think. I mean, I hope so. Furman, have you ever even set foot in a kitchen since leaving Hotel Debord? I have not, but I'm fully rested now. I know I can handle it. I'll prove it. Let me whip something up for you right now. Nope, it's gonna be the kid. It's gonna be the kid. Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking? The kid. The kid. Oh no! What do you call this, Furman? I can't seem to grip my knife. Do it again, again. No wonder this guy had a breakdown. Hopeless, get out of my kitchen yesterday. Ugh. Dad, what's wrong? I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then will I never be able to work in a kitchen again? Dad, talk to me. What happened? I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma. Oh, maybe she can help us. Huh, Monica? When did you get here? Even I didn't notice you arrive. Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking, I didn't want to interrupt your flow. But anyway, Furman, I'm so sorry. If only I'd known how serious your situation was, I would have stepped up for you sooner. You don't need to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order, you were the only person who looked out for me. Come on. All I did was make you some tea, and that was much help. Savannah was so ruthless towards you, I probably should have brought you something stronger. She sounds like the worst. Alright, another Savannah horror story. Let's hear it. She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Flute Cendres. Seems like no matter what we make, she'll find something wrong with it. What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it. In the trash now. Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Every time you remake it, you just get another earful from her. Either straighten yourself up or get out of my kitchen. So now it seems like just picking up a kitchen utensil gives me flashbacks of her yelling at me. Oh man, that must be awful. The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake. Oh no! How can you give up so easily, Furman? You weren't a quitter when you were working for me. And even on a savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That says to me that you still hadn't lost that determination to prove yourself. What changed? I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on. Each time I had to redo a dish, my heart sank a little further. Maybe Savannah was right. Maybe I'm just hopeless at this. Dad? I see. Well, it sounds like there are some deep issues to work here. Ones that won't be resolved by merely seeking compensation. I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out. But what if you can't find another assistant in time? Clearly, I'm in no state to help out. You think being one person short will ruin all my chances? Let's not forget, I taught you and her everything you know. Even if I had to do it alone, I would present the perfect ghetto. Oh, well, her and Navi will still keep practicing just in case. And so will I. Yeah, and if worse comes to worse, we can always get the Spina di Rosola to put out an emergency call for chefs. There's gotta be someone out there, right? Actually, I thought maybe I could help. That's sort of why I'm here. What? Why didn't you say so? I was going to, but then, well, this is the first chance I got. You do this for us? Thank you so much, Monica. Alright, fine by me, but aren't you still working for Savannah? Joining the other side might seem like a guaranteed way to put your future employment in jeopardy. I know, but it's alright. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I can't keep working for Savannah much longer anyway, unless I want to become the next Furman. I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm sure she'll forgive me for this. I hope you're right. Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person, but there you go. Anyway, Monica's a professional chef, so nothing can possibly go wrong now. Great, then it's settled, and to congratulate you all on making the team, I propose a Spina-sponsored meal to celebrate. Spina-sponsored? Wait, you mean I'm cooking? Well, I promised Kaiko a feast in the Fusandra, and now I know how much you've been looking forward to it. Yes, feast, feast, feast! I can help cook. It'll be good practice for the contest. Alright, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives. However, we are also friends with Xiangling, so that's a bold statement. A bold statement indeed. Escoffier opted for a huge variety of dishes. Thankfully, both of us are skilled enough that, even though it was our first time working together, we have a great rapport. That's not a bad idea, actually. Wait, hold on, you should finesse that further. She dished out plenty of praise and taught me an awful lot too. This time, the time seemed to just fly by. Phew, that was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good. Is Navia okay? Let's talk to these guys. Wow, I don't know if I'll ever be able to cook as good as that. So this is what Chef Escoffier is truly capable of. Navia, you good? Ah, I wish I could eat that all over again. It's like often that Escoffier goes all out like this, and it's all because of you, Kaiko. Navia does not look so good. I think she ate too much food. Is anyone else? Oh, there's Escoffier. But where's... Okay. Hello. Why, Savannah, why? What are you up to? Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original Codex Debord. I wanted to see if there's anything I'm missing, something I hadn't noticed before that might explain why Savannah's so desperate to get her hands on it. But I can't find anything. It's just some hasty scribbled recipes in between diary entries from our modest adventuring phase, and most of it's not even legible anymore. The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Surely it's infinitely more useful than this old thing. That's probably not about how useful it is, and more an issue of a head chef's pride. Maybe. Still, it's just hard for me to imagine that Savannah, I knew, would go to all this effort just to make a point. Were you two friends? We were. At least I always thought we were. She was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. She made a few mistakes here and there, but she was quick to correct them whenever they were pointed out, and she was always striving to improve as a chef. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Furman and the other staff so much grief. Sounds like you feel partly responsible. Well, I mean, to an extent, of course, I pushed hard for her to get the role. And the idea that she turned out like this because of me is difficult to come to terms with. I wonder if this is how Modeste felt back when he was writing the Codex. Speaking of Modeste, didn't he have a falling out with someone as well? Yes, with his good friend and co-founder of the Hotel Debord, Cervelli. The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau Debord and was hailed as the culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all, but his newfound fame said he drove him and Cervelli apart. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Cervelli seemed to face setbacks at every turn. Doors that would have swung wide open for Modeste would shut in Cervelli's face. And with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had less and less time to discuss the culinary arts with Cervelli. He was out of gossiping about Cervelli, and the relationship between the two gradually soured. So what happened to them ultimately? Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in his prime of his life and still hailed as a genius, suddenly died from an acute illness. And that was it. They neither had a decisive split nor got the chance to properly reconcile. Their story just came to an end. One rumor had it that Cervelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy, even as the latter was hoping to make amends. Is it true? Unlikely, it's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. At least there are no records of Cervelli ever being convicted of a crime. Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try and make sure the present doesn't go quite as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow, then get the truth out of everything that's been going on, even if it means I'm cracking her open like a nut. With me on the team, there's no way we can lose. With you on the team, there's no way we can lose. With you on the team, there's no way we can lose. You're right about that. Just follow my lead and victory will be ours. Okay. Let's hope that Savannah isn't all sizzle and no steak. After all the work we put in, it would be kind of a shame if tomorrow was a complete cakewalk. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you'd like to see me play live, then check out my Twitch channel. You can find me on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 PM GMT. Thanks again, and have a great day.